Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome, one and all, you happy motherfuckers. How is everybody doing? If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. If you're previously on this channel, well, there's only one way to do it. You smile, you kind of wave-ish, you get involved. We discuss pro wrestling, we have fun. But we do this the old-fashioned way. We have fun, no clickbaiting, none of that bullshit. We're just here to talk pro wrestling. So, I know you've all missed me. You've had one day without me. Don't worry, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. But the question is, are you ready? Smell that energy. Well, I'm here. I'm here to kick back. We're here to have some fun. Got a little bit of news too for y'all. I mean, this has come out, obviously, wrestling wise. I don't think it's going to solve the problem, but it certainly asked the questions. As of July 4th, the weekend of American Independence Day, I'm pretty sure. Don't really know my American history that well, but I know some of it. SmackDown will go back to 2 hours. What are y'all thinking? The subscriber button, the like button on all their candy asses. The boss man Kurt Angle quoted me again. I'm gonna email him. I'm gonna try and email him. I'm gonna try and get him on the Steelchair. That's it. But he's cemented it now. But yeah, what are you thinking? I think 2 hours is far more effective than 4. I hate 3 hours. Sorry, I'm not a big fan of 3-hour shows. Oh, I'm being incredibly rude. Hold on. There we go. Something was missing. The Intercontinental Championship looks good with AJ Styles. Funny that, doesn't it? As you can see, not clean shaved, but I have shaved. Certainly more presentable than Sami Zayn and his political ass. But we're certainly going to get through it tonight, and I'm going to call out something as well, because this is something that really is becoming a bit of an issue. Injuries. Right. Oh, hell no. Don't. You bastard. You quintessential bastard, Glenn. You quintessential bastard. That video of Hulk Hogan is resurfacing again as well. I hate that, man. But nah. Kurt's genuine. Kurt's real. Kurt's a good guy. But yeah, I wanted to look for some news. So obviously we've discussed SmackDown going back to 2 hours. Personally, I think that needs to include Monday Night Raw. Obviously, tonight is your AEW Grand Slam Mexico, which certainly has a possibility to be something really good. There is some crazy news though. And a very interesting point has been made. But people that believe that Liv Morgan's injury is a work. 2.5 hours is absolutely perfect for me. If you believe that the dislocated shoulder is a work and you're celebrating her injury, and there are people online that are celebrating this, you need to have your head taken from the surfaces of your spine and your upper body, turn that some bitch sideways, and shove up a horse's ass. I'm sorry, but if you celebrate someone getting injured, then there's something seriously wrong with you. I'm not a fan of Liv Morgan. You can go back and look across the entire channel. I am not a fan of Liv Morgan. But I will never celebrate someone getting injured. Make that make fucking sense. Like, it's an absolute joke. Smooth, what's cooking, brother? I will never wish injuries on anybody, but it's fucking it's disgusting that people are doing this. Oi, behave. He's a nice guy, Dutch Mantel. Behave. Dutch Mantel's a good guy. James is sound though. He's not overly biased though. His takes wise. I think when you look at Dutch Mantel in the slightest though, like, he is an old school veteran. I don't want to talk to him about his takes though. I want to talk to him about his old wrestling stories. And I just want to ask him certain things about territories, because that's something I've always been enamored with. The territories are a very important part of history, and I feel like he's one of the very few remaining guys left who lived it and booked it. That you can just... It's a nice way to say it. Not in the sense of just respecting it, but like celebrating it. Because territories are far more important to pro wrestling than so many things. And who is these days? Like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this. The likes of Triple Nose are more out of touch with pro wrestling than Dutch Mantel. I will die on that hill. Let's see. Dirty Sanchez will defend the Intercontinental title at Night of Missing. AJ won't beat him, but he'll have to put him over. I feel sorry for AJ. He has to put that plum over. Stevie's not so bad. Yeah, territory days were the good old days. I have a feeling, I know for a fact, you agree a lot with Stevie, because Stevie's got certain issues about high flyers. I think that's why I know that you'll think of it. But to be fair, I do like some of his takes. Some of his takes are really good. Raw looks like it's going to become very skippable soon. I think I'm at that stage now where Raw is non-treatable. It's like a terminal illness. That's Monday Night Raw. But you do get Bucktooth Lynch and Bayley Purple Hair next week for the Intercontinental title. The mystery entrant was obviously going to get to progress to the semi-finals. Wait till Cody Rhodes turns on him, just saying. Obviously we're going to talk about a few other things, but that's the reality of it. He is correct though. Stevie's spot on. But yeah, apparently what's coming out as well regarding Evolution 2, because of Liv Morgan's injury, and she's going to be out for about 4 months. Evolution 2 will undergo a scrap and restart. So the card will be scrapped and rewritten basically for Evolution 2. For the sake of women's wrestling, they're making a lot of big changes to that. Doesn't give me a lot of confidence about the show. I'm not saying that's all down to Liv Morgan, but one injury leading to a show being scrapped, like the card being scrapped and restarted, is quite scary and concerning. So I think when you look at it in a nutshell, they're not really aiming for it. He doesn't care about 5-star matches though. He botches a lot. Since when? I honestly don't think he botches a lot that much. I think when it comes to like, I rarely see him botch. A 5-star match doesn't matter to Shelton Benjamin, but you can argue like he's worked with 5-star match opponents, and he's had very good matches out of them. Charisma, perhaps. Character, gold standard. Are you forgetting? Personality? A lot of personality. I'm sorry, but I think you're a bit over the top there. Mind you, that's your opinion, but I respectfully disagree. Ooh, let's see. In my opinion, what was the worst period for Raw? 95 with Diesel as WWE Champion, or 2025 with my worst nightmare? 2025, but Diesel is still the worst WWE Champion alongside Jinder Mahal. When I look at the worst WWE Champions in the history of the belt, Diesel, Jinder Mahal are the top 2 worst WWE Champions that ever lived. And I sympathise still with Diesel. He's still got some, and Kevin Nash, sorry, he's got some shitty takes, but people give him a pass. I'll give him a pass now and again, but when it comes to being WWE Champion, he's lucky that Vince McMahon just had a stock on for big men. Because if that's the case, why did he not give The Undertaker a year-long title reign? How is calling him one of the best a joke? He's basing it on his natural ability and his in-ring work. So he's basing it on that. I don't think that's a bad take. In terms of natural gifted talent, like, he's not the greatest. But to put him in the category of one of the best for an amateur wrestler in a pro background, that's not a bad take. Like, it's not. MVP is great. Sadly, MVP's finished. Mike-wise, MVP's incredible. In terms of wrestling ability, he is not better than a Bobby Lashley. He's not better than a Shelton Benjamin. He sure as hell ain't better than an MVP. He trained heavily with Brock Lesnar. Vince McMahon did murder the terrorists, and then it was wrapped up by Ted Turner. The only person who tried to save the territories in the closest way was Ole Anderson, God rest him. My internet is being fucking weird at the minute. I apologise. See if I can fix that. Hold on. I think the gold standard gimmick is one of the best that he actually was able to work with. I think the problem is WWE dropped the ball on him with that. Because at that point, 2000, 2008, when he was becoming the gold standard, he was prolific in his matches. He was delivering good promos, and he actually was given good work. And when you look at him in general, where's his strengths? Where's his weaknesses? But I think the good thing about Shelton Benjamin is you can still slot him into a division, and he will not let you down. Like, he won't let you down. And I think that's a problem with the business these days, is there's not a lot of reliable talent who will just do a job and just work. But also be confident to stand up for themselves. There's not many of that, I think, right now, you know? I think that's like something I've got a major concern with when it comes to the business. And we'll see what follows. I won't sit here and say that Shelton Benjamin's got the greatest gimmick of all time and he's the greatest wrestler of all time. I don't believe that for the slightest. But in terms of like the best pure wrestlers, I think to put him in that category isn't a bad thing. But if Stevie Richards, for example, went and said that Benjamin is one of the greatest, I would challenge that 100%. I would definitely challenge that. Let me see what's going on if I just switch that off for 2 seconds. What is going on with you? Okay. I think the good thing is, though, and this is a big reality of it, though, you get a lot. Who? Are you referring to me? Or are you talking about Stevie Richards? Because to be fair, I look at it on a whole perspective, and there's a lot that I would absolutely shut down the heartbeat. Like, there's guys on this Raw show that I would absolutely sack tomorrow. This is personal point of view, though. I think to say, oh, he's usually on point, though, but like, I think to dismiss Dutch's takes in any way just because of that is harsh. Everyone's got a preference. I don't see any real problem with that, because everybody bases stuff on a preference. I do. I'm actually quite proud of it. Bam Bam Bigelow, Yokozuna, Earthquake are three of the best big men wrestlers of all time, but is the worst big man of all time Mantar? No, the worst big man of all time is Giant Gonzalez. Giant Gonzalez / El Gigante, Mantar, and Kali are the three worst, but Kali is second. Giant Gonzalez is the worst big man of all time / giant. He should never have been allowed in the business. He should have been told, thanks for the look, fuck off. Go and take your weird bodysuit and go and play, I don't know, giant clown in a circus, or go fishing. Or go Hollywood. He should never have been allowed in the business. Ever. Absolute fucking fraud. Yeah, it was just embarrassing. And I thought it was funny that Sanada trolled him at Dominion by dressing up like that, and he actually made it look better. Sanada is an absolute fashion god. I think it's good to say, like, I think that's an element. Or, like, he's seen what has and what hasn't worked. And at least he's honest enough to say, well, actually, maybe I've been a little bit harsh on. There have been instances, I've watched every single show. There has been instances, but I think when you've been in the business for so long, it can be changing the mind can be changing the fold. And I think for anybody to realistically tell him about that is maybe a little bit insincere. But again, I get it. It's opinions, it's perspectives, it's what people think, and it's what they see. We all have opinions on pro wrestling. We all have takes on who works, who doesn't. We all like what we want from the business, and I think the good thing though is diverse opinion is what makes it work. If we all had the same opinion, pro wrestling would have died in the fucking 1950s. You know what I mean? It would never have made it all the way to all the way up to present day. No one would be a pro wrestler in 2025. It'd be like, oh, pro wrestling? Well, I died in the 50s, son. That's what it would have been. Luckily, that didn't happen. So I think we get as good as what we get. That's my thought on it. He wasn't as critical on Bray Wyatt though. If you actually go back, he wasn't as critical about Bray Wyatt. He was actually more critical on folk like the Clown Crew. Like, he was more critical on other people. It wasn't as compared to Bray Wyatt. Could he have done things? Could he have said things a little bit differently? Yes, but who cares? It's his opinion. Look at the way that he talks about the modern day wrestlers, like Pretty Deadly. That I agree with. I agree with him shitting on them. Maximum male models. Thank fuck he understood my pain with them. I think you've got to take perspective his own way. That's his point of view. The good thing is you feel differently in a passionate way. What's up, Fletch? I think you're taking that a little bit too personally, you know? When there's no need. That's just from my perspective. The good thing is nobody's always going to be right. Every single person, including me, by the way, is going to be wrong about something about pro wrestling. Except Jey Uso. I will always be right about him. And John Cena. Fucking fraud. You can hold that one to the bank. You can cash that check. But, hey, let's talk about pain, suffering, the colour red. No, you're critiquing in the right way based on your opinion. You look when he critiques, it's still the right way to him. Everything is the right way to someone. There is no definitive right way. Because my right way can differ from your right way. And then your right way can differ from Fletch. I can say critiquing sake. Internet is pissing me off. You can then say critiquing from the wrong way differs from your wrong way. Differs from XYZ. Here's the thing. See, every time someone critiques, they always use personal preference. But here's the funny thing. You say about who checks boxes and who's a needle mover. Yet he's very dismissive of Hulk Hogan. But he's very praiseful towards Steve Austin. See what I mean? I've always liked you, Smooth. You've got something about you that I admire and respect. And that's something that everybody should have. You don't shy away from your opinions. I respect that. I respect that about everybody in here. Oh. Anyway, pain, suffering. You realistically could, yes. Pain, suffering, the color red, fucking Goldberg. And more pain. So let's get into Monday Night Raw. What did we all think of this show this week? What did we think? Let me hear your thoughts and opinions. As far as I'm aware, she signed a... I've got better things to do on a Tuesday night. But I do not watch NXT. So I don't know. All I know is she signed a contract. I don't even consider NXT watchable. I haven't watched NXT as a full episode in well over a year. Well over a year. I would honestly chuck Goldberg in the sea. Yep. The fact that he is allowed back is ridiculous. I think Raw needs to go to 2 hours as well. Back to 2 hours. It's been so long. Oh yeah, 100%. He's gonna run in and go, Father. Blah, 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 blah. Because that's Goldberg for you. Trying to be more Mystique and all that when he lost his Mystique years ago. Okay. Oh, I know. Goldberg. But let's do this. Actually, there's one person who does it better than me. I'm not going to announce the place of the show. You know what I mean? I'm going to allow someone else to do it on my behalf. Here, if Goldberg gets hurt at Saturday Night's main event, I hope it's a kick to the face. You know, for old time's sake. Let's see if I can Let's see if I can get this just right. I believe this is how we really introduce the location of this week's Monday Night Raw.
Green Bay, Wisconsin!
That is absolutely how we do it. Goldberg was more one-dimensional than a fucking square. And that's a 2D object. The only thing about Goldberg is he had all those moves to him and he didn't actually work on mastering them. And also, if he had, let's say for saying sake, if he had mastered those moves, there's less injuries. He doesn't end the career of the greatest professional wrestler that ever lived. And he holds more world titles. And his matches go longer than 3 minutes. His matches go about 10 to 12. That match with Brett went 12 minutes. Goldberg with a 12-minute match where his moves are crisp and nailed on. You could honestly, at that point, you could have put him in the category for one of the greatest all-round wrestlers. But because he didn't, you absolutely can't. You could say he's got one of the greatest entries of all time, though. Pure perfection. But that's something that puts me off about Goldberg, is he never fully worked. And before anyone says, oh, but he had no way to do it, WCW had the power plant. If you've got a lack of finesse and you've got no way of working on it, then you should never be in the ring to begin with. That's why now and again I still go back and watch William Regal just losing the shit with him. Because he deserved what he got. This is the same guy that took Chris Jericho to Wrestlers Court because Goldberg tried to beat the shit out of Jericho and then Jericho beat up Goldberg. Like, who's also, funnily enough, Chris Jericho is in crazy good shape, folks. And I'm not kidding. Jericho must have been hitting the gym like fuck. Oh yeah, she's had plenty. I'll tell you this though, there's something that Jade does more than Goldberg ever did. Jade botches more than anyone that Goldberg ever did. Yeah, like I absolutely agree on, like, see his explosiveness. But let's picture this. Goldberg still maintains his explosiveness. But his moves are on point and he doesn't cause harm. So he still maintains that holy shit feel. But he doesn't cause any injuries but he makes the moves look like he's hurting them. Like the jackhammer looks like he's killing someone. The military press power slam. The spear. That flying shoulder tackle. Like, imagine he had all of them, but he hasn't hurt anyone. I can do what I like, Catherine. Who's gonna stop me? Fuck StreamYard, they're not gonna do anything. Oh, Goldberg wishing he's above Jericho is absolutely funny. Yep, she is here for some Hangman love. She's here for some Hangman love, but she's also here for good old fashion.
Green Bay, Wisconsin!
I might just keep playing that throughout the show, just because it's absolutely entertaining. But weirdly enough, the Goldberg segment wasn't the worst segment on Raw. But it was nauseating. But we'll come to that. We will certainly come to that. But we do have a lot of unfortunate things. Now, if you missed the start of the show, I had a rant, slightly, about injuries. Exactly, that's my whole point, Smooth. Kurt Angle's the exact same. Brett was the undisputed master of it. Standard Goldberg shirt, that's for sure. I like how he can make a punch on your face, but he is full on protecting you. Goldberg's shirt is actually really funny. It's like a little comedic type long sleeve shirt, but I don't know what the bottom part says. But it's just funny. I mean, maybe Goldberg is getting some comedic part in his life again. I mean, the guy was absolutely funny. Brock Lesnar bullied him at WrestleMania. Shit. Fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be 5 minutes. Okay, can everybody hear me? Ah, thank God. Aye, so basically on my desk I had like my desk is an electric raised desk because of my back. So I've got an electric raised desk, right? And on my desk, glass of Pepsi Max, and then I spilt some of it all over my fucking desk, and obviously I got into a little bit of panic, thinking, oh shit, I'm going to damage it. I also have to be careful because I've got 3 monitors that I use for gaming and work and streaming, but also my Nintendo Switch. Lots of cables are around this area. Luckily, nothing went off the table. Luckily, there's nothing on the... It didn't go off the table, so I've got no... I don't have to worry about electrocuting myself or giving myself a mild electric shock for the second time in my life. So we're good. And obviously I've dried up really well. So that's why I turned off my mic really quickly, because I was like... And camera was like, fuck's sake. Goldberg, when he did that glass segment in 1998, proved that he was the biggest fucking moron. And people say Jack Perry is an idiot. No, Goldberg's worse. Like, absolute melon fucker that he is. As for, is Goldberg going to get squashed by Gunther? Well, you guys are not going to like what I'm going to say when we get to it. But let's start with the worst segment on the show. Liv Morgan. You know, short, blonde, can't wrestle. I mean, I do my best to give you guys entertainment, but not at the expense of destroying my stuff. Doesn't come cheap, this stuff, especially my chair. It was not Fletch. Like, I know you obviously you're joking that way. She is out for 4 months, dislocated shoulder. Evolution 2 will be rewritten. The card is obviously being rewritten now, so Nikki Bella is now going to get her title shot for the World Championship. Spoiler. But things don't look good for that. I think we can all agree it's not good. Now, Liv Morgan's promo, standard practice. She basically says she wants the championship. Now, it won't be Stephanie Vicker. She'll be otherwise detained for other things. I don't think she's good on the mic, but I think her facial expressions are good. Like, she's good at selling an expression really well. But that's it. I don't think there's anything else really to her in that way, but that's just my opinion, of course. The show does start with her in the ring. She talks about she wants the World Championship back. They'll find a way to keep the belts on Raquel. Otherwise, they might weirdly give the belt to Roxanne. I think they should just strip them of the belts. I don't know what they'll do anyway, but we know for a fact that Liv Morgan can't compete for 16 weeks. Now, Catherine obviously brought it to my attention because Catherine knows the fact that I didn't watch Raw live. I was watching something better. I was watching Kenny Omega versus John Moxley unsanctioned from Full Gear 2019. And then I went to sleep. I didn't watch Raw until yesterday. Like, yesterday afternoon. So I watched it yesterday and swear to Christ, because Catherine told me that people were online taking the mick out of her for getting injured, and this is what I'm saying. Why are you laughing about someone getting injured? Like, it's not funny. Like, if someone gets seriously injured, why the fuck are you laughing? Like, do you see me laughing? I mean, Night of Champions is coming up. Just have a tag team match. Just have a tag team match at Night of Champions. There's women there. I mean, Natalia and Maxine bores me to death Dupree. They're a tag team now. They're the Dungeon Dolls. Give them a tag title match against someone. I mean, it's not hard. Well, it's not just a weekly show though. It's a TV special. But let them hate on it, who cares? I don't think they need the tag belts anymore anyway. I would bin them. Nobody takes them seriously. Just retire them. You've already got the Intercontinental title, you've got the United States title, you've got the women's title, and you've got the world title. That's all they need. They don't do tag team wrestling properly anyway. Like, women's tag team wrestling is better in TNA and it's better than fucking... It's better than AEW. It's better than Stardom. Plain and simple. Have Raquel do like MJF did when Cole was injured. Fucking hell. Would defend the belts on her own. Well, maybe they bring back Dakota Kai and make her the tag partner again. You know, for shits and giggles. Liv Morgan continues to run her mouth, which is what she does best. And out comes the world champion. They talk about the championship. Liv Morgan demands a rematch. Doesn't get it. She does get close to the title though. She gets the title in her hands and then she eats a drop kick. And then Dirty Sanchez eats an enziguri. And we move on. Corey Dirty Sanchez mustache. From 2 women and Dirty Sanchez to 4 women. 2 of them in particular are incredible. 1 is absolutely boring. And the other just gets you suck chance. It is the final fatal 4-way of the women's... the Queen of the Ring. I don't think necessarily we are okay with this, Fernando. I think the problem is why are they not putting her in title matches? Because Michael Cole loves to suck Pat McAfee's cock. That's why he's a commentator. Corey Graves isn't... I'm not a big fan of Corey Graves, I've said that consistently, but I think in reality, there's not much for him. He's not the worst commentator, he's just a bit boring. Same. I thought he was a decent wrestler though 10 years ago. Yeah, he had a very unique look, he's just unlucky he kept getting injured. The women's division. They get around. They're presentable. Ish. They're up next. So, pending Catherine destroying women's wrestling comments incoming. We have Ivy Nile. Raquel Palumbo. Stephanie Vaquer. She is having another child. She's pregnant again. And we have the returning... I like Vic Joseph, but he's on NXT, so he kind of suffers by being on a shitty brand. $393 days, I believe, was the last time Asuka made her way to the ring for a match. I'm getting sick of this connection. 390 plus days. 13 months. And I think we already knew who was going to win this. It was only between two. And it was the very obvious winner. I agree, Asuka should have been listed as a mystery entrant. She should never have been just announced. And it's unfortunate as well, because when you look at this match, there's only two good talents in this match. Stephanie Vaquer and Asuka on their own would have been far better for who progresses to the semi-finals. Or even this should have been a semi-final match. But in all essence, it's good to see Asuka back. It's good to see Asuka back with a theme song that people actually fucking like. She's still maintaining some of the Kana look. All black gear. I like it. Stephanie Vaquer should have won. Nah. Nah. You have Stephanie Vaquer win just for her to lose the tournament very, very shortly. You risk a lot. I actually think the right winner though was Asuka. And for someone who's been out of action for close to 14 months, 400 days, close. She looked good. Asuka's not coming back to win Queen of the Ring. She's going to put the winner over. And as a veteran, who is the right person to do it? Stephanie Vaquer should not be putting the winner over. Asuka is. She's good for that. It's just a hip attack. It's not a bad thing. Don't get so obsessed. But it is a spear for women, I do agree. I don't think Asuka should win Queen of the Ring. Yeah, but to be fair, Rhea Ripley interfered and ties up to last week when Raquel Rodriguez interfered to stop her. So at least they're following that up, which is a rare thing. I think they're going to have that match very, very shortly as well. And it's going to be crap. You look at who Asuka's got next. She's got Alexa Bliss on Friday. For me, the winner of that match wins Queen of the Ring. I don't think it's on the other side that wins it. When I look at who's in the other match, it's just as embarrassing as Sami Zayn being in a semi-final. You're seeing the weaknesses. Parker's got nothing. Bayley, she would just flatten herself. Naomi, in a way, to be honest, the hip attack should just be a run attack anyway. Off the turnbuckle. Who wins the men's? Cody as a heel. Cody Rhodes is going to be a heel king of the ring. People are saying, oh, Sami Zayn is the 2025 version of Bryan Danielson with his run to the title. Yous are all morons. Oh yeah, I agree on that. I agree on that though. But 100%, like the way I'm looking at it, I think Cody Rhodes is going to win King of the Ring. He's going to do it as a heel. And I think he's going to turn heel against that Muppet Jey Uso. And if he doesn't turn heel against Jey Uso, he's going to turn heel against that politician. And you can bank on that. To be fair, I don't disagree. I'm the same, except enough of the super kicks. So I'll take that with you. This match had to go through 2 ad breaks. I'm sorry, but that's genuinely insulting. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Those preconditioned Matrix morons will still sing that song. And then they'll boo him. Adrenaline in my soul. Boo. Literally, that's what you're gonna get. I mean, look at Seth Rollins. They still sing his fucking song. Honestly, like, see WWE fans, the way I'm looking at it, they're just a bunch of Agent Smiths. Am I right or am I right? Let's go to our correspondent, Matthew Renvall. Even Baldy agrees. But that's the nature of it. She's the biggest hypocrite in wrestling for a woman. Because they're a bunch of Agent Smiths. Yeah, here's the thing. They criticize it so much. Except one. One doesn't. Because one actually understands it. I think the only person who truly understands the Divas era from the current roster, but still works like a modern wrestler who has a little bit of diva in her, is Chelsea Green. I think Chelsea Green would have fit in that era just as much as she fits in this era. She is a diva, but she's a brilliant wrestler. I think it's crazy as well. See if she'd just been... Now, she's fortunate by her age. See if she'd been just a little bit older. I actually think right there and then, AJ Lee versus Chelsea Green is the perfect feud for that era. If you deep it, you'll see why. The Devil's Kiss obviously attracted the attention of Scott Steiner, but don't worry, we're not here to talk about Scott Steiner and his bedroom antics. But we are going to say that the Devil's Kiss was performed on the ring apron. Here's the funny thing. It's such an interesting move, but it's been overused in matches. But you get little protection on your face on the ring apron, the hardest part of the ring. But yet wrestling fans will come at others about certain moves on the ring apron. Why are people praising the Devil's Kiss on the ring's apron? Like, I'm being genuinely serious. Why are people defending the Devil's Kiss on the ring apron? Raquel Rodriguez has barely anywhere to protect her face. Good for him. He's overrated. He's an absolute cunt. You bastard. Despite her booking, she at least overcomes it. No one compares Chelsea Green to Toni Storm. She's completely different. And how does she look like a joke? When you look at her character, she stands out. She's the only one that actually has a gimmick in WWE for a woman. Like, that actually, like, not just a gimmick, but a character. Like, she actually stands out. I think she's an example of, she's surrounded by shit creative, and yet she seems to overcome it. Oh yeah, and I actually think Chelsea Green's the same. Both of them are one of ones. That's not her fault though. If you look at what Chelsea Green's problem is, truthfully, Chelsea Green's problem is Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green did what WWE hates. She's definitely the best of this generation, Toni Storm. Alright, Billy. Whoever you are on Twitch, hello, I'm okay, thanks. Welcome to the stream. I've got no idea who you are, sorry. But welcome to the stream. It's a testament to how bad creative is, but there's some people who can overcome bad creative just by offering their own little thing. But that is an indictment of what I've put in the title about questionable booking. We're not seeing people realistically try to save their own creative. Excuse me? You telling me, like, what? I'm sorry, I don't even know who you are. But as, of course, Smooth has confirmed, the ass to the face is the win by Asuka. She wins this match. Oh, right, okay. Fair play to you. I'm good though. I do my own stuff as well, and I do have like little bits of help here and there, but I appreciate it. Please do stick around for streaming stuff, but apart from that, like, I'm okay. Thanks though. Following this match, we go to a backstage segment with the worst bloody faction of all time. Exactly, Smooth. Like, she really, honestly controls herself really well. She's strong on her narrative, and it's great. If only some other people would take initiative like that, you know? But they sure as hell don't. The hell is this? No thanks. this Judgment Day segment was... What's the nicest way to say it? Someone give me a few words. Because I feel like I've said the same ones about the Judgment Day for too long. Carrying crosses. He's sadly doomed. That's one. We need so many different types of words to describe the fucking Judgment Day. Awful. Shite. Past its time. Uninteresting. Unequivocally good. Because it's not. Snooze fest. Filled with cock wumbles. A giant heap of shit like Triple H's booking. That too, Billy. Honestly, the Judgment Day, all of them, they need to separate this group. It's not even funny. And they're actually delaying this whole Finn Balor exit thing. The longer they take on this, the more people eventually, if they start using their brains, are gonna wake up. WWE continue to insult their fan base. And people can only take it for so long before they stand up and fight. Still don't understand how Cross was not on King of the Ring, because Karrion Kross is just he's just a long-haired, tattooed, bearded MMA LA Knight. Mm-hmm. Spot on. Spot on, sir. Yeah, we've had it for far too long. What if I said that's harsh? Here's the funny thing. What if I said that's harsh? I like LA Knight. I like Karrion Kross. What I've just said is probably the closest you're going to get to truth you'll ever see. Have I said anything wrong about that? Long-haired, bearded LA Knight. LA Knight doesn't get treated the way he should. He doesn't get pushed the way he should. He is a facade. He's over naturally with the crowd. LA Knight is Karrion Kross is over naturally with the crowd. The only difference is Karrion Kross is long-haired, got a bigger and better beard. He's got tattoos, can do MMA, and yet he's getting the LA Knight treatment. Tell me where I'm telling lies. Yes, he has. To be fair, Karrion Kross has also been an NXT champion as well, so they've both held gold. That doesn't make a difference. LA Knight was getting what people have put Jey Uso in. But because, as Fletch is correct, he's just a Samoan suck-up waste of space, he got a belt. Doesn't matter if he's a United States champion or not. He was TNA champ, he was global champ, tag team champ, all of that. He was more over there than WWE. But he's still over in WWE. Top merch seller. Both of them are top merch sellers. Both of them sold more merch than Jey Uso. But which one got a title that they should never have held? People want to spit facts about merch and needle moving. Karrion Kross and LA Knight moved the needle more than Jey Uso. Oh, Karrion Kross is 100% going to get released, and he'll get released the same time as The Miz. And if anyone thinks The Miz isn't getting released, you're in La La Land without the good music of Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. Scarlett doesn't have a Legends contract. But yes, Smooth, you are right. Like, in an essence, he is too much like Austin and Rock. Not intentionally, but he actually works like them. That's actually catered to these moron crowds. But people behind the scenes still don't see it. And that's why I cannot understand the life of me of that bald, huge veined, triple 3 centimeter beak. Just for the sake of it. Oh, it's good for those who wait. You said that a couple of years ago, mate. Make your fucking mind up. Good things come to those who wait. Why is LA Knight still waiting then? I think Miz will go Hollywood permanently. Or he'll just stick to reality TV. Which is alright, actually. I mean, that seems to work for him. Oh, that might go down as the worst thing of 2025. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, he wants it to be like them. Because let's be real, Karrion Kross and LA Knight are more over than Triple H was in his entire career. And he was over. He'd probably die on the podium. Only 3 seniors, I believe, is what they had in training from what I read in reports. But then again, they're up against a Saudi team. Nothing much special you can get out of that. Gunta. All he's good for is winning titles, but hey ho. They were doing everything they can. Smooth, but they really don't get it. I saw some of the goals, but it was too late for me to watch. I was exhausted. So, the Ring General, or the ring jumper, I'm just gonna call him the ring jumper now, said Jey Uso was the better man at WrestleMania 41. You fucking simp. But every other night, Gunther's untouchable. Really? So how come you didn't win your rematch then, you absolute cockwomble? The crowd start chanting for the golden penguin, who eventually does come out waddling to the ring. I love that Smooth said he was a penguin because I was getting the same vibes. Waddling to the ring. Says that Gunther is next. That's going to be like 3 minutes that every. But all I'm going to say is this was a less than 10-minute segment just to set up a world title match for a month away. Don't you dare insult Brett like that, you absolute evil nightmare. Show some respect to the greatest wrestler of all time. Hey y'all, it's Glaze time. Oh, the glazing is so bad. Where's the year-long storytelling for Goldberg and Gunther? 10 minutes. SummerSlam 2022. Honest to God, it's so bad. It's so bad that they're doing this when nobody wants this. Nobody's asking for Goldberg to wrestle Gunther. No one's asking for that. People would rather see Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. Which is going to happen. There was one thing in Atlanta that, to be fair, he should have got thrown into a ring post anyway. It was just a bad segment. I can't take it. I don't care about fucking. I don't care about Gunther versus Goldberg. I really don't give a shit. Is that right? Let's do it again, shall we? Let's do it. Let's keep doing this. Let's just keep riling it up. Revenge. I'll say this though, and this is not a good thing. I'm glad I'm doing pictures, not videos, because AEW are now going after content creators again. Which is true. A lot of content creators have posted some, like, just like little bit of like videos and stuff like that they've taken. Like, they were at shows and they took clips and they copyrighted them. I was at the first All In, and I had like videos from above the entrance ramp for Sting's entrance, and they came at it. Oh yeah, CM Punk is absolutely fuming somewhere. Like, see all my videos from All In 2023? I don't put them on the channel. All In 2024, they're on my TikTok for the channel. I'm not putting them on here. Because it's an absolute nightmare. Yeah, Goldberg is going to beat Gunther. He's going to spear him twice, and he's going to hit one jackhammer, and it's over. To be fair, I have had this on my mind for a long time. I would love if he just came in with a steel pipe. Or steel chair. I'll supply him one. Up next, we have JD McSquarehead with his Minecraft skull versus one of the greatest of all time, who has to suffer this lot again. AJ Styles versus JD McDonough. It's not a great match. It's not a good match. It's more of an okay match because I don't think anyone cares. I don't think these two care. You think he's cashing in for the world title? Aww. I'm just saying, oh, you think he's gonna cash in on Gunther? Ah, Billy, I've always liked you, mate, but oh, he ain't getting that title. They're gonna wait and they're gonna put the fucking custard guzzler belt on him. They'll end up moving the world title to SmackDown anyway. The draft after SummerSlam, I genuinely think that is... After SummerSlam, I genuinely think the world title is going to SmackDown. And the WWE title will stay on Raw. When is the last time a man had a successful cash-in? Let's see. Let's see. Well, to be fair, last year Damian Priest was world champion. He took it off Drew McIntyre. So yeah, Damian Priest. I have to get that. You only brought that up because Drew McIntyre's Scottish. You evil winch. Where the fuck do these things come from? Yeah, I can't wait for CM Hypocrite to lose clean in the ring. I'm going straight to my Twitch, hold on. Right, where's my Twitch? Hold on. No surprise, I open up the app and I'm first one in. Oh, that person's actually following me now, that's awkward. Right, I want to say this now. I really don't like those kind of comments, so can we just... I don't play League of Legends, I don't play... Fucking the other thing the guy asked me to play, like, I play games. Alright? That's how we do things. Anyway... Wade Barrett has ruined the name of the Styles Clash, and I'm not going to call it the new thing that he calls it, but this does end with a fucking nicest way to put it. It does end with a Styles Clash. We then get a segment in post match where Dominic Dirty Sanchez with his pedo mustache goes after Styles, evades them. Phenomenal forearm. Finn Balor pulls him out the ring. He gets hold of the title, runs away with it. He suits it. He suits the Intercontinental title. Sadly, he's not gonna win it. He's not gonna win it at Night of Champions. To be fair, they're good. What did he call what? Purple hair, glutes, all white with black boots. Here comes Bayley. Her promo skills have regressed. Oh, he called it, the Flash Clash. Because he does it so fast, and I'm like, what an absolute bellend. It's just a Styles Clash, but he done a counter to do it. Like, I swear, these commentators are as intelligent as pigeons. My eyes are sore. Sorry, guys. Bayley's promo sucks. Becky Lynch, her promo is fucking crap. She does the whole heel thing. We're not going to do the match tonight. The match is announced for next week. All I'm going to tell you, go for a piss, go for a shit. Make a coffee at like 1:30 in the morning, maybe 2:30, depending on when that match is booked. That match is going to suck. The end. I can't be arsed with Becky and Bayley in 2025. Get rid of them. Liv Morgan. Again, the women are being heavily presented on Raw. I'll say that. Or heavily featured. She is mid. Up next is the big one. Liv Morgan versus the Curse of Injury. Kairi Sane. She's had 2 matches now with specific talents. They've both led to injuries. Kairi Sane is a recognized quality wrestler. Is she now very dangerous? Or is it simply it's not her fault on this one? Because the way this injury happened, there's so many factors here. That's actually an interesting name. Kyrie Holland works. I'm kind of glad there's no PG characters anymore. Fuck the PG. Have a little bit of humour from an adult perspective, and the kids might actually grow up a little bit and have some real fun. Might actually work with them. I just think less and less people don't really want PG anymore, but they just want something fun, exciting, but a little bit of humour to it. I don't think you can fully blame Liv Morgan, but the way she lands is bad. Kyrie is overrated. I think she's just rated. I think Kairi Sane is honestly just rated. But she is in major problems right now. Like, those injuries are not great. Like, they're really not. And it doesn't bode her well. Forfeit. No, Smooth, no. Come on. To be fair, I like Kairi Sane from like NXT to her initial main roster run before she went to Japan. I think the problem is she came back. I don't think Kairi Sane should have come back from Japan. I think she should have stayed in Japan personally. Because it made more sense to her. I don't think Io Sky's overrated. But I think maybe she's fast becoming overrated, but I do like Io Sky. I think even though I'm a big fan of hers, I think Rhea Ripley is becoming overrated. Bianca Belair is becoming overrated. Tiffany Stratton is well and truly overrated. But I think Io Sky is becoming overrated. I think she's rated at the moment. I think she is continuously becoming that. I disagree. Kairi Sane, yeah, but Io Sky, no. Io Sky doesn't. She's not that bad a botch. But I think when you look at the worst botchers, though, like I said, Jade Cargill, Zoe Stark, you could maybe say it's a bit harsh because she's green, but I'm going to completely disagree on that. What's Fernando saying thank God to? Oh, the 2 hour thing. You should change the stream name to Hot Takes because every other comment I've seen is a hot take that would put Furnace to shame. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Kyrie. Thank God. If you're talking about Io, I would have fucking removed your spanner. Well, you can't tell me that the way that she works her style for a smaller wrestler isn't unique, isn't different. How she sets apart like her high flying hybrid style, that is unique. And I think as well, what she does is similar to Asuka. At least she tries to present herself in a North American way. Compared to, say, a Japanese way. I think the hardest part, though, is nobody really understands, like, unless you fully sneak into it, you're not really going to grasp her. I think the one thing I don't like, though, about Io Sky, I will say this, there's one thing about Io Sky I don't like. And people really like this, I don't. People love the way she puts a fucking trash can over herself when she does a War Games match. Just to do a moonsault. I'd be like, bitch, just do the moonsault. I will stand on that. I don't like that. But I've always been consistent to that. I like her presentation. I like the way she works. Could she do things a little bit differently? Yes. What's Sol Ruka's character? That's something I don't know. I don't even know what her character is. I think her character is literally just, I'll just do a springboard cutter. Like, I think her finisher's cool, but describe her character to me, because I haven't seen one. Sol Ruka can wrestle, though, I agree. She'll never be on the level of Io Sky, though. Or surpass her. I'm confident in that. But I know for a fact she's going to surpass a lot of people on this current main roster. So that's not really a character then, she's just an athletic surfer. I can do that as well. That's not a character though. I can come out like a nerd, but that doesn't make me a... That's not a character. That's just me in real life. She has something though. I'll say this though, and this is something I'll praise Sol Ruka about. Generic vanilla darling on Io Sky is harsh. I don't think so. I don't think so, Fernando. If you're talking about she's going to be the top babyface in the women's roster, how is she going to be the top babyface when Stephanie Vaquer is there? The only way that happens if Stephanie Vaquer just gets Thanos snapped. If you Thanos snap, then you'll get rid of Stephanie Vaquer, who is going to be there. And even so, you've still got Rhea Ripley. She might end up being the number one babyface on NXT though. And that's not a bad thing. Again, that's when you look on it. When you look at Asuka, at least went back to what brought her in. WWE took it away from her in that way. Like Io Sky's whole gimmick is literally the name. See, the problem is WWE are just so evasive to let her expand on it. Because they're like, she does the moonsault and she does all her other high flying moves, but she's a little bit more than that. Why not actually use the name to your advantage? But hey, what do I know about booking? To say she's mega over is a hard take. You could be mega over with NXT, but that doesn't mean you're going to be mega over on the main roster. Do you think Goldberg is beating Gunther? Plain and simple. Like checkmate. Yes. See, that, fair enough. See, that's fair enough. You could have said that quite a while ago in terms of like where the overrated part comes in. They're calling her the best in the world. That's heavily perspective though. She isn't the best in the world, but she's one of the best. But then again, the whole phrase "best in the world" is so overused right now. I like to avoid it. What's up, Nick? How you doing? Thanks for letting me speak to Mike Chioda the other night. I really appreciate it. We need to get you and your... We need to get you on sometime. We absolutely do. We do get a little short backstage segment, obviously stand-in GM. No, please don't do that, Fernando. Don't, no. Let's not do that. Funny that, eh? Both of them are old timers, but they go for the shiny bald head. Two IC titles, one's for Night of Blood Money, the other is for next week. They're announced, obviously I don't really care. Main event, Fatal 4-Way. Again, I actually, because I watched obviously Raw back, I didn't watch it live. It was nice that I got to skip this Jey Uso entrance. Julia's excellent. Bear in mind though, she's not just full on Japanese. She's also Italian, so she's got the base of being able to speak better English. Asuka's English is really good. Asuka's English is really good, but Julia's is great. Goldberg beats Goldberg. I don't think Seth Rollins is winning the world title. I think he's winning the WWE title. Goldberg will continue to be rewarded year on year when he needs to be put out of his misery. Too bad no one's going to do it. Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn as well before this match starts are backstage saying things are too... This is different this time. He's going to win the title. Sami Zayn. Nah, mate. I hope Karrion Kross eventually, when he gets you, I hope he squashes you. You fucktard. Rusev comes out to the ring. Again, boring. Sheamus. This guy only exists to be an Intercontinental title loser. Michael Cole. Boring. Ugh, I can't take this. Bronson Reed, accompanied by Paul Heyman with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Why is he got to hold the briefcase? It's bizarre. Bronson Reed, it's weird. Fernando, I will be genuinely surprised if Karrion Kross ever holds a world title in WWE because he's going to be released. Yeah, Julia's got some confidence in her that is admirable. If only Goldberg's tour lasted till last night and that was it. We don't want you back, but sadly they're not going to do it. We know where this match goes. The worst holder of a gold, like a big gold belt or a parody of a big gold belt, won the match. Oh, God almighty, I can't take this fucking guy seriously. This was interference after interference after interference just to help Jey Uso, only for Seth Rollins to come out after the match, go to attack him. Cody Rhodes stands there staring him down like he wants to kiss him. And then after that, the show ends with a handshake. Very long hold. I honestly don't care about Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso, but I can honestly see it. One of them is going to turn heel, and I think it's Cody Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes will turn heel very, very soon, because that's his plans. The problem in all caps, love it, is his last match will not be on Saturday's main event, so he is fucking winning. Yeah, he's going to win. And then he's going to drop the belt at SummerSlam. Goldberg is already injured. Why do you think the match is Saturday's main event? Goldberg has been getting constantly injured during his training. Like his training camps, getting ready for his match. If he hadn't been injured, he would have wrestled at Night of Champions. And then his last match would have been Atlanta. But, nah. He keeps getting injured. Like, he keeps randomly injuring himself. The guy is far too old. His body is brittle. He is Fragile Phil with more with more muscle. Oh yeah, he does. Like, he wrestles like he belongs in a wheelchair. That man is... His body is dusted. It's a joke. It's horrible. It's not going anywhere. But Monday Night Raw is a sack of shit. And are they taking Monday Night Raw seriously? No. It's my connection, Billy. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm annoyed by it, honestly. I'm annoyed by my internet. Alright? I don't know what's going on with it. I'm aware of it though. I'm aware of it. It is really fucking annoying me. Trust me. Mm-hmm. That's why R-Truth can still move that well at his age. He shouldn't be mainstream wrestling, but he can still move. DDP, prime example. Jeff Hardy, yeah, I think he's realised with all his nerve damage, he's doing a lot that he can try and change it up, but he hasn't got a long time left. Rey Mysterio's another good example, yeah. Chris Jericho can still outperform Goldberg. Jushin Thunder Liger can still outperform Goldberg, and they're all the same age. Are you okay with R-Truth being WWE champion, or you think he's good but that'd be too much? I don't want him to be that type of champion in 2025. He should have been WWE champion in 2011 when it made sense. But I want him to at least... You know what? I wouldn't mind him having at least one run as Intercontinental Champion. Everyone should do yoga, absolutely. I do it for my back because my back is genuinely ruined. But I do yoga, I do meditation, I do stretches. Oh yeah, it'll slow down for you, but it's not a bad thing. Realistically, we're all at a stage where you should formulate your life in the best way and can you plan it effectively. But yeah, Monday Night Raw, honestly, it's time for Triple H to stop being a booker. He doesn't know what he's doing. And before people say only it's been a couple of months, it's been a lot longer than that. Difference is, we're not all too stupid to see it. We've been seeing it for a long time. Oh, I would rather see Ron with the world title than Jey Uso, or a WWE title, but I don't want him to be champion for that saying sake. I feel like the opportunity was wasted a long time ago, and I feel bad for him. They made the guy become a dance break bullshit stuff. And I feel like that doesn't do him any justice. I mean, it basically is 7 now, the way things are going. Because if you're rating as a 5-star and then you go back... Oh, you said 5 card match thing. Sorry, I was reading something else. I'm not a fan of 5 match cards anyway. I've openly shat on that. It's embarrassing. I did try to tell you. But I like the fact that you figured out for yourself though. That's the best part. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we need to go longer than where we are. Raw's an embarrassment. I think tonight we're going to have more fun with Mexico. And hopefully the connection will be better. I'm going to bounce though, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get out of here because I actually need to have my dinner. But I do thank you all for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. You guys are all top notch. We would all book better shows than the shit that Triple H delivers. But reality favours the wicked and the wicked favours me. So, I will see you all tomorrow, 7 PM UK time. We will go longer than 2 hours, that's for sure. And Triple H, couple of bits of advice. Listen to people that actually care about pro wrestling. Give us fucking pro wrestling that people actually want to invest in, and pay attention to other companies. Fucking care about that. What are your thoughts on Blake Monroe copying Timeless Tony Storm? Sometimes they say never meet your heroes. For Blake Monroe, she met hers and she'll never be better than her. I'll go with that. But on that, my friends, good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. And if you're watching Grand Slam Mexico live, enjoy it. But in the meantime, I'll be reviewing it tomorrow.